WWE 2K25 Universe, The Golden Era, Part 10. All right, here we go. Can you show here? All right, so we got, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th match on the card. Oh, it says match 7 at the top. Ravishing Rick Rude versus Honky Tonk Man. Here we go. With Heenan, Rick Rude with Heenan there. All right, this should be a good one. So these are both these guys were bad guys of that era, but you know, I've had the AI selecting the matches, so we'll see who wins. A little chain wrestling here. Working on the arm. Honky Tonk Man wearing the arm down a bit. Honky Tonk Man's finish was is a neck breaker. He called it the shake, rattle, and roll, but it was a neck breaker. It's wearing Rick Rude down right now. Oh, Rick Rude, nice reversal. Down goes Honky Tonk Man. This is match 7 of my card in my Golden Era universe. Hope to do some other universes in the future, but this, we're doing Golden Era right now. Hope to do Attitude Era, and then some kind of mix with like some present stars with wrestlers of the past. I was thinking of doing an AEW one too. But some of this may go into 2K26 because I may have to. Yeah, by the time I get these done, I probably won't get them all done before 2K26 comes out. So I may do like the Attitude Era and then start the AEW one in 2K26 or something like that. We'll see how it goes. Because I'm recording this in July and 2K26 probably be out in March. So I probably we'll see how many universes I get done before. Because this is going to take a while. This one itself is going to take a while. All right, this is the chain wrestling. They're trying to get an advantage. Here we go, takedown. Yeah, I like the chain wrestling thing in the game here. It's pretty cool. All right, nice arm. Now working on the arm. Yeah, I said before the chain. I like to turn the chain wrestling on when I'm watching the match, but if I'm playing, I turn it off because I don't like that. I don't like it when I'm playing, but I like it when I'm watching. And this is AI match. The universe modes are all AI. I'm just letting the AI play it, and I'm just talking over it. And we're kind of just watching together and enjoying the universe. Because I took 50 wrestlers from that time period, which is it's a good size roster. And drops the fist. Got him. That was a quick match.
Here is your winner, the Honky Tonk Man.
All right. All right, next match. That was match 7 of this card. So yeah, I'll probably finish in this video. I'll try to finish this card in this video. Probably maybe go into the next card. We'll see. All right, next match. The load times are a little bit long in the universe mode. All right. Bad News Brown versus Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldogs. Yeah, this is like the old. If you look, they have some of them on Peacock, the old house shows. It's like recreating those. They had a whole bunch of matches. They were actually really good. If you like just like watch a lot of good wrestling. Peacock has the old house shows from Philadelphia Spectrum, Madison Square Garden, Boston Garden, stuff like that. They have a bunch of them on there because they used to televise the house shows back then and to the local area, and yeah, they were really good cards. All right, locked up chain wrestling here. Wearing the arm down. Oh, nice. Got out of that. Quite an elbow by Bad News. I'm just trying to get an advantage here. That's good shots by Bad News. Oh, nice takedown by going for a pin. Nice try by Davy Boy. Yeah, Davy Boy was a good guy here. The British one, yeah, Bad News is the bad guy. Oh, nice move. Look at this. I forget. I don't know what this move's called. I wish I knew what this move was called. I've seen it before. I just can't remember what they call that. Nice go. Wow, nice clothesline. Nice backdrop. Davy Boy getting Bad News and power slam there. Pile driver. Yep. Yeah, you don't see a pile driver much. They used to do pile drivers all the time. They don't do them anymore. I think for safety, they don't do them. But they used to do them all the time. Paul Orndorff used to. That was his finisher. He used to do a great pile driver. All right, Davy Boy beats Bad News Brown.
Here is your winner, Dave E. Boy Smith.
All right. All right, next match. Let's see what the next match is. The next match is the main event. All right, Dynamite Kid now is fighting, and Davy Boy's coming back out after his match here to be in his partner's corner against Hacksaw Jim Duggan. A nice Dynamite Kid here. Is that more? This is a Hacksaw's like a brawler, and this Dynamite's more of a high flying mat technician. Nice clothesline by Dynamite. See if Davy Boy gets a nice tackle by Hacksaw. See if Davy Boy gets involved in this match. Yeah, the British Bulldogs were a good guy tag team, and Hacksaw was a good guy. So this is kind of good guys fighting each other in that time period. Good guys and rarely fought each other, and bad guys rarely fought each other. So, but yeah, I can't control. I mean, I can control it, but I want the AI to surprise me. So I just let the AI choose. So you're gonna get some of these matches. Because I don't think Dynamite Kid ever fought Hacksaw Jim Duggan one-on-one. Nice tackle into the corner by Hacksaw. Hacksaw had a good feud with Andre the Giant when Andre was a bad guy. Nice backdrop coming up. There we go. Power slam by Hacksaw. Here's the cover. He uses like a football tackle, Hacksaw as finisher. Kicked out Dynamite. He used to like line up like a football, like a lineman, and then go tackle his opponent. His clothesline. Dynamite. Yeah, I guess Dynamite's finisher was the headbutt off the top rope. All right, Hacksaw beats Dynamite. Davey Boy didn't even get involved. He just stayed out there.
Here is your winner, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
All right, Hacksaw. Yeah, I don't think Hacksaw's ever been in a 2K game. This is a creation. Really good one. It looks like you'd think if I didn't know better, I'd think he was in the game. It's a good, really good one. Yeah, that's the end of that card. We'll go to the next card. Here, I'll run through it really quick here. Show you what happened. Let's wait for it to load here. Okay. Let's quickly run through. So Warrior beat Bundy. Gang beat Brenzel. Orndorff beat Haku. Elmer beat Steamboat. Michaels beat George Steele. Junkyard Dog beat Cowboy Bob. Honky Tonk Man beat Rude. Davey Boy Smith beat Ben News Brown. And Hacksaw beat Dynamite Kid. All right. Go to the next card.
WASP.
Hey, welcome, Batista. I'm just recording part 10 live here. Yeah, for those watching the video, I'm recording live on a live stream, so I'll be talking to my audience as they pop in. Yep, you're just in time for the next card here, WWE Batista. But all right. Start out with all right, this card will be Hillbilly Jim versus the Ultimate Warrior, the Barbarian versus Roddy Piper, Jim the Anvil Neidhart versus Paul Orndorff, Ravishing Rick Rude versus Jersey Animal Steel, Bret Hitman Hart versus Davey Boy Smith, the Honky Tonk Man versus Junkyard Dog, Macho Man versus Uncle Elmer, Cowboy Bob Orton versus Natural Bush Reed, and the main event is the Warlord versus the One Man Gang. So we'll do. I don't know if we'll do this whole card in part 10. Probably this will be part 10 into part 11. But let's start with Warrior and Hillbilly. Here we go. Yeah, they have an ongoing feud here, so we'll see how this is like the next part of their feud. All right, a little cinematic here. See what this is gonna do. Yeah, they're having a rivalry. Oh, is B. Brian Blair beat up? That's interesting. Yeah, I don't believe Ultimate Warrior ever fought Hillbilly Jim, so that's kind of cool. It's like a fantasy match here. I wouldn't call it a dream match. I don't think people like dreamed about Warrior fighting Hillbilly Jim, but it's cool though. All right, here we go. Tie up. See who gets the advantage. Warrior with the headlock. So this is the in-game Ultimate Warrior, and this is a created Hillbilly Jim. And they fought several times in this universe now because they're having a feud. I wonder if it's going to end up in a cage match. We'll see what the AI decides. Because yeah, I could make it do that, but I like to let the AI generate the matches and so I can be surprised with you. Power slam by the Warrior. The Warrior's finisher was press slam into a splash. It was like actually unusual to he'd do a splash because they usually something like the big guys would do. Super heavyweights like King Kong Bundy would do a splash. So Warrior, I always thought that was weird. A Warrior would end with a splash. Usually like one man gang, Andre the Giant. These guys would do splashes. Not Warrior. The super heavyweights. Warrior was like a power guy, power brawler. Lots of clotheslines and body slams. Nice big boot by Hillbilly. Yeah, Hulk Hogan trained him. Okay, I mean in storyline that Hogan trained Hillbilly Jim. That was in the I don't know who actually trained Hillbilly Jim, but in storyline Hulk Hogan trained him.
Hey, I will come back later, I have to do something. See you later.
All right, bye. Thanks for stopping by. All right. As we go through part 10 here of the Golden Era. I don't know how many parts there's going to be of this. It just whenever it ends. Just keep creating parts till it ends. Here's Warrior Splash. That might be it. Oh, what happened there? I think that just glitched. He didn't. Oh, was that he had to do his finisher maybe to end the match? All right, we'll go to the next match. That was weird. All right, that may have glitched. I don't know. Well, we'll go to the next match. I think that glitched. That was a little weird. All right, Piper and the Barbarian. Yeah, sorry that match ended weird like that. I guess we'll say Warrior won. I don't know what happened there. That was a. It looked like a glitch, but we'll just move on. Barbarian and Piper. Yeah, Piper used to poke guys in the eyes and stuff. Oh, misses stomp there. There's Piper Luthez press, they call that when they do that. Stone Cold used to do that. I'll have to do an attitude era with Stone Cold and those guys. Yeah, somebody asked me to do an AEW one, so I'll have to do an AEW one at some point. Kicked right out at one. Barbarian. This is a good day. Barbarian's like a power guy. Piper's a kind of a brawler. A little bit of mat technician. He can wrestle too. Let's see if he got. That might be it. No, kicked out. Yeah, I guess I would classify Piper as a brawler, and then Barbarian is like a powerhouse wrestler. I like to classify the wrestlers. Different styles fighting each other is always interesting. So it's like a brawler versus a powerhouse. Piper's probably the better pure wrestler here, as well as brawler. Barbarian got the size advantage and the power advantage for sure. Oh, he goes over the top. All right, Piper's playing to the crowd. He should probably stay on the wrestler and keep wearing him down. Give him time to recover there. Here we go outside. Well, bulldog on the wall is on a mat, but on the concrete. Yeah, there used to be no mats out. There used to just be it was just the hardwood floor or whatever the building was had, and they started putting mats down. Sleeper. Got out of it. Yeah, Piper's finisher was a sleeper. Nice neck breaker by Piper. He hurt himself on that one. Nice hip toss. Dropping some elbows here. Piper's telling him to get up. Barbarian, of course, is one half of the powers of pain into the corner. Full Nelson. Piper gonna tap. Nope. Barbarian got him. Not surprised Barbarian won. Side bigger guy.
Here is your winner, the Barbarian!
We got the name announcement right and everything. That's cool. Yeah, they would love to see the powers of pain in the game one day. All right, next match. See how much time I got on the. Yeah, I got plenty of time. I'm about 20 minutes into this video. I can I can only do 60-minute clips on PlayStation, which I'm using, so just gotta keep an eye on it. All right, we got the Anvil versus Paul Orndorff, and then yeah, with the Anvil got two guys in his corner. His tag team partner and the British Bulldog. Nice clothesline. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the Paul Orndorff's gonna look like when he comes to the game in November. In the last pack, the last downloadable content pack. But I got this one until then. He's wearing him down here. Chin lock. Got him in a chin lock here. That's the way wrestling used to be. They'd have long arm bars and chin locks, and they got to try to get out, and there was a lot more psychology to it. Now nobody stays in a headlock very long anymore. The matches actually were more interesting. I used to think the matches were more interesting in that style than today. They just keep moving. They don't take the time to wear down a leg anymore, or something anymore like they used to. They used to like wear a leg down over the course of the match and then finish him off at the submission or something. Like Greg Valentine would do moves to hurt the leg, so it set him up to soften him up for the figure four. It was more of a strategy to the matches than now. Oh, nice neck breaker by Paul Orndorff. Paul Orndorff, part of the famous Heenan family. and was one part of the main event at WrestleMania 1. I think he was there. I think he substituted. Dr. D. David Schultz had gotten fired, and Paul Orndorff was the one that got his spot. Because in 1984, Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff were a tag team, and Roddy Piper and Dr. D. David Schultz were a tag team, and then in '85 WrestleMania 1, it was Paul Orndorff was with Piper. But I think if they had Dr. D had stayed with the World Wrestling Federation, it would have been Dr. D. And I may be wrong. I'm just guessing. It would have been Dr. D and Piper against Hulk Hogan and Mr. T to main event WrestleMania 1. Camel clutch, got him out. Oh, he just busted him open. The little red flash there. Nice elbow. Nice slam by Paul Orndorff and a cover. Oh, kicked out. The other guy, no interference from the Bulldog or the Bret Hart. Let's see here. Yeah, Bret Hart has his jacket on there. While there's a little break in the action here. That's awesome. Look at that. He was to wear that jacket. That's really cool. And his glasses. Was he going to jump? Wait, I don't want to miss that. We go around there. Bret Hart got his sunglasses on. That's cool. All right, let me go back to the action here. Yeah, I like being able to use that camera to show you stuff. Six. He may get. He'll get up. He'll get it. I was gonna say he might get counted out. He'll make it. Ref counts so slow. Oh, nice clothesline by Orndorff. Orndorff just destroyed him when he came in. And there's his, yeah, Orndorff. He had the best pile driver. He used to finish guys. To see if that finished it. One of the best pile drivers. See, it's a move they don't do anymore, but there are rare occasions anyway. Nice, finished him off. Good job, Paul Orndorff.
Here is your winner, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Now they have his name announcement already in there because he's coming to the game in a few months, so they have it all set up. Because he'll be in the game in November of 25. All right, next match. Here we go. Yeah, load times could be a little shorter between these matches here. I get Rick Rude versus George the Animal Steel with his manager Bobby Heenan. It should be interesting. Crazy George the Animal Steel. Nice clothesline. Yeah, I'm going to pick Rick Rude in this one. And if you're watching the video, I live stream these. When I record these, I live stream them as well, so my chat can join in. So if you're just joining in the chat, welcome to part 10 of my WWE Universe Golden Era, which was Golden Era was basically the 80s. It's just people wonder what the Golden Era is. They call it the Golden Era. So I named it the Golden Era, but yeah, it's basically the World Wrestling Federation in the 80s. and the WCW in the '80s, which is called was they called the NWA or Jim Crockett Promotions. But I'm doing the World Wrestling Federation part of that. I should do it. Actually, it would be good to do an NWA in the '80s, the competitor for the World Wrestling Federation at that time. Heenan just took the turnbuckle off. Yeah, so many like get the roster for all different territories to have different universes. There's so much potential. There's so much you can do with this game. It's a wonderful game for if you're a pro wrestling fan. It's fun. I've known people like this. The 2K game, WWE2K, just that aren't into wrestling, just because it's a fun game in general. Anyway, you don't even have to be into wrestling, but you appreciate it more if you're a wrestling fan. Sure, oh, he's really cranking into the Rick Rude there. Is he choking him? Let's go around. Oh, I was gonna go around with the camera and see where he had his arm, but he let go of it. I'll leave it. Nice knee drop. Kicked out. Yeah, Rick Rude's gonna win this probably. Oh, nice arm bar by George. We're gonna George's finisher was an arm finisher. So it makes sense for him to work on the arm. See, he's wearing the arm down here. Oh, you just throw him over the top rope. Give his arm a break. Taking the turnbuckle off. See, the turnbuckle is basically a cushion, so that corner now, they hit that corner, it's going to hurt more. Nice to get him up there and whip him into that corner. All right, cover. The ref's putting the turnbuckle back on. Oh, ref's lady wasn't paying attention. Referee out of position there. Got him anyway. Rick Rude beats George. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Here is your winner, Rick Rude.
All right, Rick Rude wins that one. See what the next match is here in my universe. All right, next match. So we got coming up here. All right, Bret Hart against Davey Boy. All right, this is a good match. They had a classic match at SummerSlam '92. I'm actually recording this a couple days away from SummerSlam 2025. It's the what is it, 38th SummerSlam, something like that. Yeah, I think it's the 38th SummerSlam this year, and it's the first 2-day SummerSlam. I wonder if they're gonna have a 2-day Royal Rumble too, at some point. I can see them doing that. The original did in 2-day in Survivors. It's just do 2-day for all the original the 4 original pay-per-views that they had when they started with pay-per-view. WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam. Have a 2-day for all those. I think that's where they're headed. So all the big 4 is gonna get 2-day shows because WrestleMania now SummerSlam has it, and yeah, because Royal Rumble, they could have the women's Royal Rumble one day and the men's Royal Rumble the next, and they could do The Survivor Series War Games have like a men's War Games and a women's War Games on Saturday, Sunday for the Survivor Series as well. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're gonna end up doing. The big 4 pay-per-views are gonna have all be 2-day events. They're not gonna do it with every pay-per-view; it's too much. But those 4, they're like one for each season. And once every 3 months, they do a 2-day pay-per-view. That'd be cool. I like the 2-day pay-per-view thing. It's cool. It's cool because you can see it. It's basically 2 shows. And he beat Bret Hart pretty quick. That was a quick one. I got this set up to have quick matches. I could probably.
Here is your winner, Dave E. Boy Smith.
I could probably make these matches a little bit longer. But I have so many matches, so it doesn't really matter. Davey Boy Smith. Yeah, he was a tag team with Dynamite Kid, and then he went on to be just the British Bulldog. He was with the British Bulldogs tag team, then he just took the name British Bulldog and went on from there. All right, next match. Yeah, I'm running the PS5 Pro. The load time's long between these matches. All right, Honky Tonk Man, Junkyard Dog. Here we go. Junkyard Dog, Honky Tonk Man with his manager Jimmy Hart. Junkyard Dog is yeah, looking forward to what they do with him. He's coming to the DLC in November. Should be fun, and probably going to be in 2K26 because the DLC usually goes in the rest of the next year's game as in the standard roster. So they're probably going to be added into the roster for 26 because that's what they did last year, especially with the legend. They have like every year they have like a Legends pack, and then they're in the game the next year. The Steiner brothers, Lex Luger last year, and the Iron Sheik got added into the game because you figure that because they're coming out so late, it's so close to the next one coming out that you figure they're going to end up in the next year's game. Because if you change games every March when the new one comes out, you're not going to have much time with the Junkyard Dog and stuff unless they put them in the new game. So I'm assuming that's how it's going to go for now on the legends they put in the last pack are going in the new game. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to release the LJN, Honky Tonk Man, and Junkyard Dog. They're because they're doing Hogan and Warriors LJNs just as they're just basically re-releasing them. They're exact as they were. The LJN, the original, kind of, it's like a retro series, re-releasing the original World Wrestling Federation their first action figure line. It's really cool what Mattel's doing. I'm not gonna get them, but I like what they're doing. I'm probably not gonna get them. I don't really. I'd like to actually check one out, but it's expensive. But yeah, these two were in that original line. It'd be cool to see if they released really released them. Junkyard Dog doing a backflip. That's I never saw him do that. He was more of a Junkyard Dog. He was a brawler, I guess. Wrestler. I wouldn't call him a mat technician. All right, good match here. So Junkyard Dog was the good guy. Jimmy Hart was a bad guy. He managed Honky Tonk Man. He managed the Hart Foundation. Managed King Kong Bundy for a time. He had like I think they had like a trade or something, and Bobby Heenan took King Kong Bundy, but Jimmy Hart managed King Kong Bundy as well. But Jimmy Hart's one of the. I'm glad they put him in the game. He's one of the classic managers of the golden era. They need to add more of them. They need Slick and Freddie Blassie and Luscious Johnny V, and they have everybody else. They have everybody. Oh, Oliver Humperdinck be another good one to add. So they get a few more days. Hopefully they'll get them all in there. Because they have, yeah, they got Captain Lou now, Bobby Heenan, Jimmy Hart. They're doing a really good job, 2K. Oh, he missed. Yeah, I don't know why Junkyard Dog's doing backflips, but it's all right. It's kind of cool because that's what's cool about the video game. They can do things they don't, unless you want it like perfect. There we go. He used to do this. This is Junkyard Dog. Yeah, he used to crawl and headbutt him like that. He'd like crawl like a dog and do the headbutt. Now what's he doing here? He wasn't much of a high flyer. Wow. He got him with that. Yeah, Jimmy Hart didn't interfere or nothing. Got the megaphone. To this day, Jimmy Hart runs around with the megaphone.
Here is your winner, Junkyard Dog.
All right. Yeah, they see they got his name announcement in there because he's coming to the game. Great addition to the game. I'll use this one until he comes out, but they'll release him. But it'll free up a spot on my creator wrestler slots, which there's not too many, so it'd be good when they release him. All right, let's do another match. Keep going here. If you're just joining us, this is part 10 of my Golden Era universe. Superstars of the World Wrestling Federation in basically the 1980s. All right, Macho Man vs. Uncle Elmer. This is interesting. Uncle Elmer was Hillbilly Jim's uncle, a storyline. He was a big guy, Uncle Elmer. Nice move by Elmer. This is gonna be a tough one for the Macho Man. This is definitely you got a super heavyweight versus a mat technician, Macho Man, high flying. Macho Man could do it all. He could brawl. He's one of the best to ever do it. Best match I ever saw was Macho Man against against Ricky Steamboat, but also Macho Man against Ultimate Warrior was a great match in WrestleMania 7. Macho Man against Ric Flair, WrestleMania 8. Macho Man, yeah, some of the best matches I've seen were Macho Man matches. Only wish he could have had apparently wanted to have a feud with Shawn Michaels. Him and Shawn Michaels would have had a great feud. It's a shame it didn't happen. Around 93, 94. They actually had some matches though. There's I think they're on you can probably find them on YouTube. Type out Randy Savage or Shawn Michaels, you'll find some matches. I don't know how many they had, but they had some. Because I think they were trying it out. Because I think Macho Man wanted to have a real big feud with him. And culminating with a WrestleMania match. So yeah, unfortunately, it never happened. And kick out with a Macho Man. He's just throwing Macho Man around now. Yeah, Uncle Elmer. Man, Macho Man had a bunch of WrestleMania matches. Elmer I think he only had one against Adrian Adonis at WrestleMania 2. That was it. Elmer, he may win this one. He's That might be it. We'll see if he got Macho Man. He got him. Uncle Elmer wins.
Here is your winner, Hillbilly Al.
Face green smiling, person turquoise waving.
All right. Welcome, Derek, to the stream. Okay. Let's see. We do next match. Yeah, let's do the next match. All right, next match coming up here. Yeah, this load time. Load time's not super long, but it's a little long. All right, Cowboy Bob Orton versus the Natural Butcher Reed. All right, this should be good. Randy Orton's father. All right, Natural Butcher Reed. Yeah, he was another bad guy, and there's two bad guys of that the Golden Era fighting each other here. Cowboy Bob. Yeah, he used to wear the green tights, and yeah, he had the cast for years. He had the cast for years. He used it as a weapon. It was a storyline. I guess he injured his arm, and then he never took the cast off because he used it as a weapon. So he just acted like his arm was still bothering him. Nice headlock by Cowboy Bob. He's really grinding in that headlock on Natural Butch Reed. Yeah, this is Ace on his boots. That's what they used to call him, Ace Cowboy Bob. He was Roddy Piper's bodyguard. Oh, nice elbow. He's working. Yeah, he just worked on the arm that has the cast on it. That's smart. He's working on the leg now. He's working on that left leg. And he's just smashing his head in the man now. Yeah, Butch Reed. I think he was part of the main. I think he was in the main event of the first Survivor Series, I believe. Natural Butch Reed. Of course, Cowboy Bob was at ringside for the main event of the first WrestleMania. Oh, interference. Here comes Jake the Snake. This is weird. The ref's just looking at him. It's kind of He just did his finisher to him and he's leaving. And the ref didn't even look. And he wins. Yeah, that was a little weird that the ref didn't react to that, but that's what happened.
Here is your winner, the Natural Butch Reed.
He got his announcement perfect. All right, we'll do one more match for part 10, and then we'll go on to part 11. Part 11 will be up soon. All right, next match. All right, Warlord versus, this should be a good one. Warlord with the Barbarian in his corner. All right, this will be the last match of part 10, and then I'll get it posted, and then, well, if you're watching the video, it'll be posted. And then we'll get part 11. Part 11 will be soon. You're trying to do like one part a day, if not more. Keep this series going for you. Warlord is a powerhouse versus a super heavyweight. One-man gang who went on to be Akeem and team with the Big Boss Man. And then they fought. I think WrestleMania 6 they fought. The team broke up and they fought each other at WrestleMania 6. We're tied up here. Nice clothesline with a gang. The gang used to use the gourd buster to get his win. To finish as a finisher. Yeah, the Barbarian's out there. Here he comes. He's just taking the turnbuckle off. I don't know why the ref's allowing the Barbarian to stand out there, but he's probably up to no good. Actually, these are all bad guys. Powers and Pain were a bad guy team. And the gang was a bad guy. The gang was one of the super heavyweights they always sent after Hogan to try to get the belt off him. So he used to do with Hogan. He'd defend the title against this. He defended against the title against everybody, but especially the super heavyweights. The couple of them, the WrestleMania main events were that against Bundy and Andre. But yeah, he fought the one-man gang, Kamala, and all right, the Warlord is down here. So I guess I'd pick one-man gang in this match, but power slam. Nope, kicked out. But yeah, you get a super heavyweight against a power guy here, so it's a tough call who's going to win. But Gang's winning right now. They just did I think they call it the discus punch. The Texas Tornado used to use that. Yeah, Texas Tornado would. I could have put him in this roster. I think he came in around 90. But the Golden Era went into the 90s a little bit. It was like roughly 83 to 93 or so. But it was primarily the 80s. I don't know what the exact years are considered the Golden Era, but I always think of it as the 80s as the Golden Era. But I mean, it went into the 90s a little bit, like because Hogan and Warrior WrestleMania 6, and that was Golden Era stuff, and that was 1990. Here it goes. There's a Warlord showing some power. Kicked out. See if Warlord got him with that. Kicked out again. Gang's kicking out. Good match. They're chanting "Fight Forever." That was they didn't chant that in the 80s, but so the guy that stands in their corner just keeps taking the turnbuckle off, and the ref keeps reattaching it. They're not even they take it off and they don't even use it. Full Nelson, yeah. We broke out. Here he goes, breaking out of it. Gang showing some power, flipped him over, nice. Yeah, he just threw the one-man gang over his shoulder. That was pretty good. Oh, he caught him. Nice move by the gang. See if he got him. One-man gang, nice win. Good match.
Here is your winner, One Man Gang!
Yeah, one man gang, another wrestler they should add to 2K. All right, let's go take a look at the rest of the card here. What we're gonna do? Oh, that was the end of the card. Yeah, there's no name. All right, that was the whole card. Okay. All right, pretty cool. So let's set up the next card. We'll start the next card for part 11. We'll start the next card. So we're gonna go to see what the card is and just review it real quick, and then I'll end part 10. And we'll do part 11. Part 11 will be soon. Next show, yes. I'm gonna generate the next card. So you have a Saturday. I have the wrestling. That's what they used to do. It used to just be Saturday morning wrestling back then. Just you basically got an hour a week. Hillbilly and Warrior again. They have an ongoing feud. Let's see what the match. All right, so we got Ultimate Warrior versus Hillbilly Jim, and their rivalry continue. I don't know how many matches I've had of them in this universe. Kamala versus Dynamite Kid. That's a cool match. Corporal Christian and Bush Reed against the Powers of Pain. Interesting. Bam, a couple tags. Bam Bam and Junkyard against the Howard Foundation. Andre versus Paul Orndorff. Interesting. DiBiase and Rick Rude. Jake the Snake Roberts and Cowboy Bob. Bundy and Davey Boy Smith. Hogan and the One Man Gang main event. Yeah, that's actually they used to main event shows. Hogan and the One Man Gang. That's actually a cool main event, a realistic main event. See, that's pretty. Yeah, these I don't know how many. I've had like 5. They fight almost every card. Hillbilly and Warrior. They're just having an ongoing rivalry feud. So this will be a good card. And yeah, so I'll do this card for part 11. So that this will wrap up part 10 of my universe Skull and Error. And we'll see you for part 11.